Hello and welcome to The Corner. I'm the Frosted Glass and I'm joined by my fellow Alabaster Savages. I like boobs.
Hurrah!
Who doesn't?
Moonshock.
Frosted is an asshole. Did you know that? See, and I'm gonna be the first one to swear tonight. Frosted is an asshole. Frosted is asshole.
I don't know what you're talking about. I
Yo!
offered to help Moon with a favor, but he is
No, that was not
completely
a favor.
ungrateful.
That was cruel what you said, sir.
Anyway, Terry Diamantis.
For all your discount surgeries, please get in touch with Frosted Glass.
That's right.
Yeah, $50 and a pair of garden shears. Right.
And this week's special guest, Willett Forge.
I am adrift in a sea of regret.
But you're still an Alabaster Savage for the evening, so welcome to the club.
But before you begin, Frosted, I would like to point out something that's very dear to me. Recently, the late night host James Corden announced that he would be retiring. I just wanted to point this out because it is truly the end of an era.
Man, it's just insulting because Craig Ferguson was the best late night host that I've seen.
Unfortunately, I never watched him when he was on, but I've seen clips and I gotta say he was really good.
Me and my roommate in college used to watch his show every night. Well, anyway, what do you say we get on with the first article? And, there has to be at least one, so... Elon Musk's vision for Twitter should scare the hell out of you.
Dun dun dun!
He wants there to be free speech.
Wow, did he pose for that? Pose in front of one of those circus mirrors? Because that's what that picture sure as hell looks like. Oh, Tim Wise, I gotta look up this fucker. Hold on just a second.
Oh, Tim Wise. Oh,
Yeah, isn't he actually someone?
Well, he has a lot of articles on Medium.
He does.
Let's see how big of a douchebag this shit
Say
is.
everyone on Medium is someone, just most of them are someone regrettable.
And then
Why is it so goddamn difficult for these people to understand what free speech means? It is not that difficult a concept.
Oh, he has a book called White Like Me.
Yeah.
What a dick.
He's a very self-hating white person.
No kidding.
Yeah, Mooney, if only he had one.
Oh, he's he's the most prominent anti-racist writer and educator. Oh my god!
Why is it that suddenly all of these people are against the concept of free speech? Honestly,
because people they don't like are going to exercise it.
Yeah, I know, but it seems just like one of those transparent, like pulling back the curtain kind of things. Where before they would just be like, yes, we like free speech, we just don't like this aspect of it here. And now they're just like, we don't like free speech, we don't want it, we hate it.
Is he another one of these goddamn white apologists?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this guy. Yeah. He's a douche.
I've seen
right up his stupid virtue signaling ass.
I've seen leftist articles on Medium calling out Tim Wise.
Oh god!
I think from memory, he's got a lot of articles where he has a conversation with who he imagines the other side is. He'll say, and if you're going to say this, well, here's my rebuttal to that. And if you're going to say this, and it's like that's basically his whole thing.
So it's kind of like when you're trying to steel man the opposition, except you're just taking some weird, insane thing that you made up.
Yeah. There's like the ones I've read, he kind of structured them as if he was asking questions. Is like, why do you hate black people? And if you're going to say you don't, then how do you answer this question? And if your reply is going to be this, well then, how about this rebuttal? It's like that.
There's a douchebaggy picture of this fucker in chat, so feel free to go and disgust yourself with it.
Oh god, that is the most smug face I've ever seen in my natural life.
Uh-huh.
Won't
I
it
just see
use-
that picture. I'm like, that there is the epitome of a very punchable face.
You
Yeah.
say that like there's a non-douchebaggy picture of him out there. I mean,
Well, I'm
get
looking
with
at
the
all of his.
program.
I'm looking at all of his pictures, and none of them say I'm an innocent guy. They all say, "Please punch me right here in the goddamn face, please."
I mean, I don't think he's ugly per se. I just think that he's fucking smug as shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he really looks that way too. He's just like, I really want to hurt this guy.
An unmoderated free-for-all is an invitation to bullies, bigots, and trolls that will further toxify
Then-
social discourse.
Then don't use the goddamn platform, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, make your
Woo,
own
go
Twitter.
Jack.
Make your own Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Yes.
make your. Why do you need Twitter anyway? Why does anyone need to use Twitter? You don't need
it's
to
hilarious.
use Twitter.
Well, you saw how
It's
long
highly
Sean
entertaining.
King could. You saw how long Sean King stayed away from Twitter. He couldn't be gone for more than a fucking day. He's like, I'm back, bitches.
If
Like,
if you like Twitter, great, use it. If you don't like Twitter, don't use it. It is not that difficult.
Jack.
Most of America, in
These-
fact, I would say probably like 90% of America doesn't use Twitter. You
These
don't
are-
need it. It is not a functional part of your life. And the only reason it is so ingrained amongst the left is because so many media people use it as a substitute for actually working for a living.
Well, it's basically the Marge Simpson quote. It's like, call me a killjoy, but just because something is not to my taste, I don't think anyone should have access to it.
Yeah.
And one note, this was written before Musk actually bought Twitter.
He probably has another article in the works about why Musk is Hitler or something.
Oh, yeah.
In
I
the works,
guarantee
he's
it.
probably already published 3 of them.
Elon Musk, the world's richest man and poster child for narcissism, is looking to
Oh
buy
my! Look, this is another thing. This is another thing that bothers me. They're talking about like, oh, he's a billionaire, and now a billionaire controls the public forum for speech. A billionaire. Who do you think owned it before? Who do you think owned it before Elon Musk? You think it was the poor, the people?
Jack
It was
Dorsey.
billionaires.
Jack Dorsey
Billionaires
only
have
made.
always owned
Heck,
Twitter.
no. Jack Dorsey only made $10,000 a year when he owned Twitter. Okay, you shut your goddamn whore mouth.
How much did he make selling it?
No, but before when the company was publicly owned, it was owned by billionaires. That's
Yes, of
who
course.
owned it.
No, they're
So-
following the same lines that they did with Trump. They're like, oh my God, because I mean, I talked to Son about this today. You know, everybody loved Trump before he ran for president. All of a sudden, he got the presidency. Oh my God, he's a racist asshole. He racist, sexist, homophobe. The same thing they're doing this bullshit with Elon Musk now. He's like, everybody loved him, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, he's an asshole. He's gonna ruin Twitter. Blah 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 blah. It's like you can't win with these people. They don't care one way or the other. If you are great today, you're going to be a shit tomorrow. Period.
To
There
be
is
fair,
no
Mooney,
changing
they didn't wait till Trump was the president to pull out all the attacks. They started it precisely when he became a candidate against the Democrats.
I
If-
guess, but
If there is an end to the world, because these people are always like saying that everything is the end to the world, it is only because they created it whole cloth. They are so absolutely insufferable. These
Mhm.
people that pull out this outrage machine, they are so insufferable that they will cause problems just so that they can say there are problems whenever someone they don't like is in charge. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to cause problems and then blame Elon Musk. And that's what they always do because they're such incredible pricks.
I don't suffer them, so hey.
You will suffer me.
Is looking to buy Twitter.
Two legs.
You let him finish that sentence. There you go.
Not just the 9% of shares he purchased last week, but the whole thing. First, because as the world's richest man, he can do things like that, and as a gigantic asshole, which comes with both the narcissism and the money, he figures why not.
I got 2 words for this guy. Fucking you. You know,
Y-
that's really all I want to say to him. I mean, I just want to go right up into his face, like, you know what? Fuck you. This guy is just such a douchebag. He looks like a douchebag, acts like a douchebag, talks like a douchebag, writes like a douchebag. You know, if the shoe fits, just saying.
I think you can describe him in one word. You don't even need two. It's
No, that doesn't make sense because he was never walking with G in the Himalayas for 17,000 miles.
It's also funny how out of one side of the left you have everybody saying, "Oh, well, this is such an important thing. It's such a terrible thing. It's monumental. Will cause the end of the world." And then out the other side of their mouths, they'll say, "He should have spent the money on something important." Well, he did. You're validating the notion that it's important by all the hysterics you're erupting in.
But the other thing is, the money didn't just disappear into the ether. The people he gave money to for Twitter, why don't you badger them about why they're not feeding all the starving people? They're the ones who've got the money now.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
received
Why is
55 billion. Why don't you feed all the homeless?
Yeah,
Or
and
the-
considering how many
you know.
people those billions are being spread out amongst, that's like a huge positive economic benefit there. More economic benefit from that one purchase than every action that Biden's taken in office so far. No,
And also keep
I'm sorry,
in
than
mind,
Biden's handlers have taken in office so far.
if you bitch every time a billionaire spends his money, by contrast, you're saying that you wouldn't have given a shit if he didn't spend his money. And really, a billionaire not spending his money is the greatest possible way that they can hold back an economy, is by just letting their money sit there.
Yeah, and they
So
don't
really-
actually benefit the economy by giving away the money. They benefit
Yeah.
select individuals. To benefit the economy, they spend it.
Yeah. The people who are complaining about basically every single part of this are just being disingenuous assholes, because we all know the reason. If you're a progressive, you will cheer on your own team and you will cheer against anyone who hurts your team. And guess what? The truth is against your team. And so you can't allow the truth to show up anywhere. And Elon Musk wants the truth.
Well, you know, Boobs, the other part of that is that the other unspoken truth there is that they are all jealous of him and his money, which if they had it, they would not spend on the ends that they say he should spend it on, as demonstrated by people like that one Black Lives Matter person making millions off of Black Lives Matter and buying multiple houses.
But just because Keith put it in chat, this is the quote that she mentioned. So Tim Wise, you white people are on an endangered list, and unlike say the bald eagle or some exotic species of muskrat, you are not worth saving. In 40 years or so, maybe fewer, there won't be any more white people around, and that's a good thing.
Mhm.
That is Tim Wise.
And I like that's he's labeled there as a Jewish anti-racist activist.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jesus H. Christ.
that sounds anti-racist, all right. Companies and other people are playthings to him. So much so that his threat to buy Twitter might be little more than a PR ruse he thought up while staying awake for days at a time, as he's rumored to do. He gets off.
Actually, that's. Go ahead.
He gets off fucking with people this way.
What
It
the
doesn't.
hell was that?
But the hell? Someone flatlining?
I guess.
Not quite.
Did you let Frosted do the surgery on your dog?
Will's gonna need to leave for a couple hours.
No,
Oh.
I'm not ketoacidotic, however you want to say it yet.
That was his monitor.
Give him time.
Well, on the bright side, I could teach the dog to stay.
Dick.
It doesn't matter to him if his words tank a company's stock, boost it unrealistically or lead investors astray. It's all for the lulz once you have billions to play with.
No, he doesn't get it at all. Elon bought Twitter because he saw it as a cash cow. He knew that once he bought that and turned it around, people were they're gonna start reinvesting in it because they didn't like where it was. And he proved that when he bought that 9%. How high did that stock go after he did that purchase?
And here's the other thing. He's not tanking the stock. He's buying every single share for more than its market value. When it
Quite a
has
bit
just come, yeah, quite a bit more. When it has just come out that Twitter has been lying about their user
Oh.
login counts
Yeah, their
for
algorithm.
years.
Here's
And
the-
that should tank the stock. That should actually allow him to negotiate a lower price and retain every other aspect of the deal. It doesn't sound like he's even doing that.
The thing is, Elon Musk, I mean, he's saying that this was not a financial decision, but it was. I'm
Absolutely.
certain it was. Because you don't spend $50 billion just for the principle of the thing. I think that it's a very important fringe benefit to him. But the fact is, he saw a gap in the market, and that's what businessmen do. They look for major gaps in the market and then cash in on them, buy it up, and then flip it. And that's what he's trying to do. He saw that Twitter was a platform that had no capacity. Its entire purpose is to be able to say what's on your mind, and it was deliberately sabotaging people from saying what was on their mind. So it wasn't even serving its original purpose, yet for some reason it already has a huge pre-existing audience that is eager to use it if it would just stop being so fucking awful.
Yeah, and that's another thing, Jack. I'm just gonna call you Jack. Fuck everybody who doesn't want to. Anyway, the whole point is you look at every other billionaire out there. What is the one thing that rich people want more of? Money. They're not going to sink a bunch of money, especially like dozens of billions of dollars. They're not going to sink that much into something that they feel they're going to not make anything on, or that they were unintentionally going to tank. You just don't do that.
I would disagree. I would say that once you've got the money, your next goal is power. Like he wants money as a means to gain power, in that controlling Twitter gives him power over public discourse.
Of course. Yeah,
I think-
I'll agree.
Yeah, and that's part of the thing too, is he's not buying it to tank it. There's certainly a financial aspect to it, but on the other hand, he's got the money that all the social media people want. Like the money are going to say, forget everything you have to say against me. I don't care. I don't have to do this. He doesn't care if he loses a little money on this.
That's my point. Yeah.
Well,
but
no, here's. Oh, sorry.
His intention is, I am sure, to make money on it. But if he loses $5 billion on this, that's water under the bridge for him.
Yeah.
If he makes $5 billion, great.
Here's the thing about Elon. People think that if a businessman intends to make money, that inherently means he's going to do something awful. But Elon Musk has a very clear, concise vision. He's a visionary. That he shares that in common with Donald Trump. He has a vision for what he wants his business to look like. And I suspect that he believes that the best thing that he could do for his business is to adhere to the same solid principles that basically founded America in the first place. Free speech is one of those. I think that he thinks if he was to make a platform that he would want to use, that it would make money.
And I think he believes that absolutely.
And the only platform he would want to use is one that adheres to good, decent principles. And so if he can make a platform and put his own principle, he doesn't need to censor it, because he's making it so good he's going to make a ton of money no matter what. And that's the great thing about Elon Musk, and that's the terrible thing with the corporate philosophy, because corporations aren't run by visionaries, they're run by boards, and boards are willing to kill anything good on a dime if they think it will make them an extra nickel in the next quarter. And that is a terrible long-term strategy. And I think that Elon knows that, and I think that's why he opted to go private instead of just buy up a majority share, because he wants that board gone.
Well, you saw what Twitter was willing to do. They had that poison pill option on the table that they were thinking about. You know, they would rather destroy their company than see someone like him own it.
Yeah, and I'm with Arthur Nix on that. Enacting the poison pill is legally dubious at best.
Yeah.
That was a bluff. They know very well that they weren't able to do that. They would have gotten sued into oblivion.
The guy's got the money to do it too.
Well, they would have been sued by other shareholders too.
Yeah, no, Elon Musk would have been the least of their problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
they
don't
would
know
have been
shit about
betraying their duty to
stocks
their
or-
shareholders if they did that. Yeah.
let's see.
Well, hold on before you go any further. Did the leaked audio that Project Veritas publicized about that meeting, that emergency meeting that they had?
Yeah, I listened to that.
I listened to all of it, and oh my god, the salt! Oh, so the salt was real on that one. I just it was just you just wanted to slurp all it up. The tears, oh my god, they were delicious.
Lefty Twitter has been it's been beautiful.
I
want to. This is almost as good as when Trump won.
Oh yeah, God yes. And I still have that video favorited too. of all of them just sitting there crying. Like, oh, Trump won. Oh my god, the country's going to hell. I'm moving to Canada. You didn't do that.
I still like the Young Turks one, where they're like so confident, and then as the figures come in, they get more and more distraught.
That video is legendary.
Yeah.
There were a few things from 2016 that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. One of them is that Young Turks video. The other one is Shia LaBeouf Capture the Flag.
Yes,
well,
that was funny.
The one that I kept the most is from Paul Joseph Watson when he has that song in the background. That, "Hello, darkness, my old friend." And he has just a bunch of the Democrats that are just sitting there crying when they found out that Trump won. It's just priceless. It's just delicious. The lefty tears. I love it. But the thing is, I don't care. And I'm not going to say right or left. It just seems like the people on the right don't care if the left doesn't get their way. Oh my God, you can't have this. You can't have this. Whereas people on the right, they're just like, okay, we lost, but I'm not going to go on a goddamn crusade to make sure that the left is going to be destroyed because I didn't get what I want. You know, Musk is the same way. He's like, I'm going to give everybody a voice. Everybody. And if you pussies can't take it, then that's your problem, not mine. You know, that is the big difference between the two sides. One side has to have it their way or no way. And then the other side is just like, fine, we didn't win, no big deal, life goes on. So in there somewhere is the mix. There's always going to be a level. And everybody are saying that Musk is doing this for the people in the middle, not for the right or the left side. He's doing it for everybody. You know, and they need to realize this, but think as you want. It's just a matter that I've noticed over the last, it's almost like history started in 2016. Trump became president. Oh my God, the country is so racist, blah, blah, whatever. But it's like, if you don't get your way, life is over and the world has to die. But if you do get your way, everyone has to think just like you. And if you don't, then you get banned. Or if you don't, you get shadow banned. If you don't, you're basically deplatformed. The one person that I want to see reinstated on Twitter is Alex Jones. That would be delicious right there. I would more than anybody else, even Trump, I would love to see Alex Jones reinstated on Twitter. They would lose their fucking minds if that happened.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Some years ago, Musk started believing his press and the adoring puffery of online acolytes. Like whatever idiot first likened him to Tony Stark. Well, that would probably be the director of Iron Man because he has a cameo in
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah, no, Iron Man was based off of Elon Musk.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's
He was
literally
literally based off of Robert Downey Jr. based the character of Iron Man off of Elon Musk. It
he
would
was
not be
in the
surprising
second.
if Elon. What?
He was in the sequel.
Yeah, it would not be surprising if the comparison has been made.
And it's all been downhill from there. It's not like it wasn't predictable. Any guy who advances or indulges the notion that he built his empire based solely on genius and hard work, conveniently overlooking that he was born white in South Africa during apartheid, is pretty much telling you he's a dick who's going to do dick things.
What? 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 You think that white people are privileged in South Africa?
What I love about this is that he is the definition of African American, and they are losing their fucking minds over it too.
There is literally a genocide going on against white people in South Africa as we speak.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What the
They're
fuck are
that's
you
the
on about, you
privilege.
fucking asshole?
Not everyone has the privilege of being genocided, Jack.
Yeah.
yeah, that white privilege of being genocided. Just take it, you assholes. What's wrong?
Do we lose him?
I don't know. Maybe a vein in his forehead popped.
Oh, there you are. All right. Let's see. He makes self-driving cars that don't work unless the goal is to get people injured or killed. Regular cars
the
that
black
sort
one.
of suck. Regular cars that sort of suck, considering how much they cost, and he treats people like shit. He forced employees back to work in the middle of a pandemic, causing hundreds of them to contract COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure they were all crying as they were receiving their paycheck that nobody else was getting.
yes, and I'm sure that every single one of them died of the couve too, because it's such a murderous, deadly disease. Oh wait, no, it has over a 99% recovery rate.
So, Susan, what Moonshock meant to say was we are very scared of COVID and we should all be quadruple vaccinated at minimum and not leave the house without 26
Well,
masks on.
Oh, yeah, 26 masks. I mean, you got to line up for your 9th and 10th boosters too, obviously.
Terry, what are you talking about? 27 masks? You're not a conspiracy theorist, are you?
27. Why can't it be 30? Fuck! I'm just gonna stack 'em.
I've been
You
counted.
amateurs, the official answer now is 42 masks. With 41, the virus will kill you.
I tried to get my booster, but there wasn't any inch of me not covered in mask.
With the needle sticking through every single one of them too. I can see some poor bastard. She's just wearing nothing but a mask clothing, mask pants, mask shirt. Oh, somebody call up Lady Gaga. You know that's the new meat suit, is the mask suit.
I'm thinking of, like, you see those pictures of the guy wearing like 100 shirts. It's that, except he's just covered in masks.
Yeah. Well, Keith says even though Kamala got COVID, even though she's fully vaccinated and boosted, who was that? Who was that? There was one celebrity that boasted about I'm quadruple vaxxed, and then she fucking got COVID.
The thing is, Kamala said she's got no symptoms. So, like, if you've got no symptoms, you are not sick.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things that they failed to actually allude to. If you have no symptoms, you're not sick.
Yeah,
But
there's a
Terry,
reason why they call you sick.
you're still sick. You're just secret sick.
I think they don't realize that if you test like 500 times, you're going to get false positives, like just from the sheer numbers. Like, it's going to
Especially
happen.
with
Yeah.
a presumptive positive test.
Yes, but the thing is, there's no such thing as a COVID test at all. They have this PCR that can find anything. Anything.
That's kind of my point. Yeah.
Because it goes down to the molecular level. If you will find something in anybody if you look hard enough with a PCR test. That's what it was designed for.
They probably just
Yeah,
found some VD that she got from Willie Brown.
But
I
that's
still think it's funny that she's most known for sucking off a guy named Willie Brown.
oh well,
Yeah.
Brown Willie, you know.
Mm.
He refuses to designate hazardous areas in his plant with industry standard yellow markings because he doesn't like the color yellow.
What?
Okay.
Well, it's
And
his company, so fuck off.
And
So
surpri-
does he do something to set those areas visibly apart?
He just
Yes?
doesn't use
Okay.
yellow.
He just doesn't use yellow. All right.
He paints a tunnel on the side of walls like the Roadrunner.
Just
And
to
then
fuck
Dax
with
P-
people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then docks people's pay for running into it, I'm sure.
And surprise, surprise, when he's not fudging the numbers, Tesla regularly has higher injury rates than other automakers.
I hope this guy's got facts to back those up because he's making some pretty actionable claims here.
I
don't
can
know,
Or he
guarantee you
doesn't.
there is no fact to back up any of this. Even if it was true, this would not be the man to supply facts to
Yeah.
anyone.
He
No.
can
The only
He
part
can-
in that paragraph that had a link was that he doesn't like the color yellow.
he
This
can-
just
he
in.
can
Elon
cover
Musk
most of
doesn't
those
like
under
yellow.
he
Go
can
ahead,
cover most of those under the umbrella of opinion, no matter how adamantly he says them.
But if you're saying Tesla has higher injury rates, surely that's fact based. That's not an opinion. Like a number is either higher than another number or it isn't. That's
He
like
probably just, you know what happened? He heard it from someone else and he's repeating it.
Well, but the thing is, he said other automakers. He didn't say all other automakers. So there could be like one or two that Tesla
that's a
might
good
have a higher
point.
injury
That's a
rate
good
for.
point.
You know, and
This is a private mom and pop shop that they report one injury a decade because otherwise their workers' comp insurance goes through the roof.
yeah. Oh, and I love what he does in this next paragraph too.
And he did nothing while black and brown employees were at his California plant were subjected to an abusive, overtly racist environment.
Why didn't
Yeah,
he?
but just remember what the word racist means in 2022. They
Well-
probably had milk in the fridge, and that was the racist abuse.
What
Maybe
I
it
want to
wasn't-
know?
Maybe it wasn't excusing them, giving them extra paid time off to go riot.
Well,
You
I
he
think
about
that
that.
I think that what happened was like somebody wrote something on a bathroom stall. That is the reason that black employees are so threatened. So threatened.
Did they
I don't
look
even
into it?
think it's
Because
that.
97% of the time that something like that, 98% of the time something like that is brought up, it was one of the people that was so horrified by it that actually did it.
Can
Yeah.
any of you guys see the clear racism that's in that sentence? Why does he capitalize black but not brown?
Because black is better.
Apparently so, but I mean, if you're considered brown, then I would be like, "Fuck you! Why can't brown be capitalized now, bitch?" But clearly, he's racist, son of a bitch. He's
We
that.
read
The
the
author, we
quote.
knew that
Yes,
from the
he's very
beginning.
racist.
Apparently you can take the boy out of apartheid, but you can't take apartheid out of the boy.
Oh, fuck off.
When in any of his actions has he ever done anything that would be related to apartheid at all?
Well, he was born white.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's the ultimate sin.
He was-
I forgot.
No,
Sorry,
worse than
sorry.
that, Mooney. He was born white in South Africa.
Oh, that's
Mm.
right. You
So
know,
he is the worst kind of African American in the U.S. in
Well, you know how he
authentic
made
one.
that flamethrower? Yeah, he tested it on black people.
well, how do you think they became black? You know,
There's a good point.
see?
So if he buys Twitter through a hostile takeover bid, what could possibly go wrong? Well,
Wow, he knows
everything.
that.
Nothing.
He knows how to use italics. Wow, he's talented.
What could possibly go? I'll tell you, it can't get much worse for Twitter under the former leadership. It couldn't have gotten much worse at all.
I'll tell
Just
you
in the
what could
past like 2 days, Twitter has gotten 50% better. He hasn't even done anything yet, and it's gotten better.
I'll tell you what
I
could
just had a
possibly
thought. If
go
if a
wrong.
white person burns to death, is that considered blackface?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, no. It's considered
So-
crisp face.
I'll tell you exactly what could possibly go wrong here. It'd be the worst thing in the world for Twitter. Absolutely the worst thing that could possibly happen for Twitter or the world involving this deal. It could fall through.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. People will start
Well,
dumping
has
their
it been
stock left and right.
finalized yet?
No.
Not yet. No.
As final as it can prior to SEC approval and discovery and everything like that. Yes. They've signed the agreement. He could still discover something in the process of them opening all the back rooms to his investigation that would make him back out of the deal, in theory. In practice, I don't think he's going to say, short of something that is legally actionable against the company at an unrecoverable financial level, I don't think he's going to discover anything devaluing or harmful to the company that would make him say, I'm backing out.
I don't know. And I'll tell you why. What if Uncle Sam has a deliberate in on this business?
Well,
It's very
considering-
possible. We already know that Joe Biden is openly encouraging the business to censor people. Why wouldn't they have insiders that work inside the business who have politically actionable leverage over the company?
Well,
if he buys
coincidence
he can fire
that
anyone he wants.
Is it also a coincidence that Biden just made this new Ministry of Truth?
Yeah.
No.
Shortly after this particular action that Elon took?
There's no coincidences in politics, Mooney.
Ever. Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, I also think that there's a whole shitload of dirt that Twitter's hiding, that if he were to take this private, whoa, can you imagine what he'll be able to find if it's still there? That is, if they haven't purged it.
We already know that
they're already purging algorithms and shadow ban stuff. I'm just hoping that there's a backup somewhere they forget about, because once he owns the company, it's all his.
Oh, there's got to be, for a company like that. There should be backups of backups of backups. They probably have several different.
The thing is, if they don't destroy all of those backups, he can get the information they're actively destroying right now.
And some of that stuff, might be highly confidential information, because the federal government doesn't want people to know about their involvement with Twitter.
Yeah.
Well,
if I was Elon, I would be watching the fuck out of my back right now.
Now, the very curious thing is that some of that information might be under mandatory legal retention and something they cannot destroy.
Well, also having said that, would he actually have access, or should he have access to it if it is legal? Granted, yes, he might own the company, but does he have the right to look at something that is that confidential?
If he owns the company, he has the right to access any of the information that's available to other employees.
And if that's the case, then if I was them, I would be afraid as hell right now that he's going to find all sorts of dirt on these people.
Oh, I think he's going to find dirt on everybody.
If I was Elon Musk, I would have hired hands, basically. Not bodyguards per se, but people who would just be going in and watching the company to the best of their ability and recording everything that happens, because they are no doubt destroying company property now that it looks like the deal may go through.
Hey, Elon, I've got cameras and a clean criminal record. Call me.
Yeah. I would pay, if I was in his position, I would pay pretty big money for that to make sure that this because they're also going to try and sabotage the company at some point. I can guarantee you that. I mean, God, yeah, they did a an analysis on political donations.
99% were Democrats.
98% was Democrat.
I did hear that they locked the Twitter site down so that malicious employees couldn't do anything to sabotage it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they face legal repercussions if somebody working there deliberately spikes this.
Yeah.
These
They're in a
people
catch
aren't
22.
these
They're
people
purging
are
for all their
insane
worth.
though. These people are insane though. They're not thinking about the ramifications of their actions. I mean, keep in mind there are people who volunteered to go to the Ukraine to fight for them. They're not really thinking things through. So
Hey, maybe they should put some some posters like in employee break rooms. The Ukraine war effort will get a bunch of new recruits.
Well, and for all the people that have that stupid Ukrainian flag, they might as well just fly that damn thing at Twitter headquarters for all the good it's going to do them.
Let's see. Elon Musk is one of the very few people on Earth who could make Twitter an all too toxic platform, even after the
Good.
purging of large numbers of Nazis, cue balls, and COVID deniers.
the hell's a
Substantively
cue ball?
worse.
The fuck is a cue ball?
I assume he's talking about QAnon.
Oh, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
He's probably going to bring most of them back, or at least I hope he brings at least some of them. It's probably not feasible to bring all of them back because it's just there's so many of them and it's not, but at the very least those people could probably make new accounts.
Well, and those COVID deniers are absolutely right. There's no such thing as a COVID denier. It's a COVID fact.
So
I would
then-
say fact publisher.
What Moonshock means to say
Is he's not
Hey,
sad.
Susan, I disavow everything Mooney says. Disavow, disavow, disavow.
Why is it
and-
a good thing I don't do stuff on my channel?
And ivermectin is only a horse dewormer. And
yeah.
It is not one of the most popular drugs in the world. It is poison and it will kill you if you use it.
Yes, and everybody
Unless
needs to
you're
get their 6th and 7th boosters, of course, because it's so good for you. It's safe and effective, of course.
Hey, Camel, I absolutely haven't been caught yet. And as far as what I do with the cameras, none of your business.
they try
Ooh,
catching him, but
hello.
he's just too fast.
He's what can you say? He's dynamite on that wheelchair.
Oh, and Keeve, oh, don't you dare mention HCQ. How dare you? That's completely that's a completely banned medication. It couldn't possibly help out with COVID. Nope.
With his insistence
Wait,
that
Kiva's out there promoting fish tank cleaner?
Yeah,
How dare you?
Yeah,
How much
shouldn't
longer we
be
have this
up here.
article? We've been doing this for 45 minutes now.
still on the first article.
We're gonna be at like 1 o'clock in the morning, still on the first article. It's like, God damn it!
Yep.
with his insistence that Twitter should be an unmoderated forum, allowing maximum free expression with virtually no guardrails, Musk would steer Twitter onto the rocks of ever more abusive online behavior.
bring it on.
Go
It's
for it.
Does this
It's
guy
the-
have a way with words or what?
I think he's the Vosh type where he likes to use big words to sound smart.
Oh yeah,
Failed.
absolutely.
He probably also gets most of his information from Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh,
and like
of
Vosh, he probably
course.
doesn't know what any of those words actually mean.
I mean, Wikipedia is more informative than any other encyclopedia, obviously.
Doesn't Forsh also condone child pornography or something in that vein? There's something pedo-y about Vorsh, isn't there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's got a man bun.
I've seen I've seen him criticize pedos. I've heard stuff that would suggest he's kind of pedo-ish. So I'm willing to I'm willing to hold out on that particular criticism.
I
Okay.
don't know
Yeah,
anything
No, I
specific.
thought he was on record as either defending child porn or lowering the age of consent or something like that. I thought he was like on record as saying it. If I'm misremembering, then I'm misremembering.
Yeah. I wouldn't be
And his
surprised,
PG
but I don't know anything specific.
I think he's probably argued for like, oh well, all society it's just a number or something like that. But I have also seen him criticize pedos.
for taking up all his potential dating pool, or
Yeah.
Say, and as BG points out, Mooney especially, plenty of conservatives have already had their accounts reinstated. Not just conservatives, well, depending on consider conservative, because the redheaded libertarian,
Mumbot is
her
back, which I'm
account
quite happy to
was
see.
her account was suspended for a year, and just boom, back.
No, I won't be happy until I see Alex Jones reinstated, but you guys know that's not going to happen. But yeah,
I don't know. Is that
well,
Elon might
then
like him?
I will know for certain that Twitter has turned itself around or is on the way to if he gets reinstated. Again, Trump. I don't think that Trump. He has actually said that he doesn't want to be back on Twitter because he's got that whole Truth Social
I
thing.
think Trump probably can't come back because it would be detrimental to Truth Social, which he is
Yes.
like invested in.
Truth
so it would
Social's
be
gonna
like
fall through.
it'd be
I
like
think-
with Twitter. It'd be betraying his fiduciary duties if he suddenly goes over to Twitter, knowing that
Yeah.
that's going to make Twitter far more successful than
I
his
have
own.
a feeling that somehow that they're going to merge. Something in the back of my mind thinks that Truth and Twitter are going to merge sometime and put all those people back onto one platform.
I think that Truth Social's gonna fall through. The fact is that if Elon Musk sticks to his guns and makes Twitter a free speech platform, it basically undoes the entire purpose of Truth Social in the first place. Truth Social was meant to be a conservative platform.
Yeah.
But if sorry.
Now, if Twitter does go free speech, there goes Gab, there goes Parler, there goes Getter, there goes basically all of the
Alternative
quote unquote free speech social media platforms because they've lost their selling point.
Yeah.
But
And
then
I wouldn't
again,
mind
that
Gap
could also
going away
have.
because it's a shit platform.
But if you also
Well,
look at
too.
it from that perspective, that could be like one of the most genius ideas, like business ideas, that could have possibly been made. Because you're, for all intents and purposes, you're eliminating all of your competition now by making Twitter free speech.
Yep.
I mean,
And
granted,
it
that
would
might
have
make
to
you-
be,
Go ahead.
and considering that Elon Musk is a self-proclaimed libertarian, he might actually make it free speech and not just like the quasi free speech that the other platforms actually do, because they're not actually free speech platforms. I don't even think that Donald Trump's platform would be free speech because they almost all disallow pornography, and that is his point that I think is a very strong sticking point for me.
And
Not just because I like porn, because I do like porn, but
it is very
but
sticky.
because.
Well, did anybody see Elon troll The Verge? That was priceless.
Oh,
no, that wasn't
talking
real.
about removing their account.
Oh,
and him saying,
seriously?
"Well, I could just delete it for you."
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was another account. That was a Poe.
Damn.
But
Okay.
but pornography is a big sticking point for me because it's kind of like the right wing censorable concept. While the left wing censorable concept is like all conservative opinions, right wing is like no pornography, and I'm just like, that's the other side of the coin.
The thing that gets me is Gab pretends to be free speech, and not only does it block porn, you can't even talk about sport on Gab because Andrew Torba considers it idolatry.
What? Wow.
Yeah, Andrew Torba is a piece of shit. He's kind of
hilarious.
entertaining to watch him flail impotently, but other than that,
Gab is my favorite of the alt platforms purely because of the Torba meltdowns. Torba is fucking hilarious. Not on purpose, but oh my god, he's a gold mine.
Terry's all about that unintentional hilarity.
Why don't we
Yes, I
finish this?
am.
Why don't we finish this article?
It's
Why
the
would we
way
let that happen?
it's the way hyper-libertarian futurist techno-bros think, though. No rules, just right. Which is fine as the motto for Outback Steakhouse, but pretty terrifying for human society.
Why the hell is that in bold? Unless he has a steak in Outback Steakhouse, no pun intended. Why the fuck is that thing bolded? That's so dumb. God, this guy he really, not only does he have a punchable face, he has punchable words.
Hey, Moon, I think we should finish this article.
Fuck off. You shut your whore mouth.
I hope it ends with and now a word from your boy, Outback Steakhouse.
Which is kind of funny because you have that person that has that accent. The guy, the spokesperson for Outback Steakhouse is actually a New Zealander.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh, I think Terry will beg to differ on that one.
So where's the block button on this thing?
Unless
fighting words.
Unless you have billions of dollars, of course, or at least enough millions to protect yourself from whatever dystopian outcome obtains.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This fascination with maximum freedom, a word the Elon Musks of the world understand in only its most childlike sense, sounds great at 2 a.m. in your dorm room after a dozen bong hits, binge listening to Joe Rogan.
Jesus. This guy, my god, does he
What an
always have to end
incredible-
every fucking sentence with a reference like that?
Okay, I've
What an incredible piece of shit.
I've got to pull a Viva Fry here. This is definitely a hashtag confession through projection.
No kidding.
This guy has pulled dozens of bong hits in a dorm room at 2 a.m. listening to Joe Rogan. It has absolutely happened.
But in the real world, it's a recipe for disaster, which is why no society has tried it for very long.
What, free speech?
Free speech, freedom. You're criticizing freedom. You live in the most successful nation in the world because of those freedoms.
Yeah, and this
because of freedom, and you are saying it needs to go away. Fuck you. You're just a door closer. You know that, Tim?
Yeah,
you're
and
just
this
a
guy-
fucking you're a gate closer. You get in while the getting's good, and you close the gate behind you so no one else can get it.
Well,
Fuck you. I shit on your face.
And this guy also says, hasn't tried it for very long. So 250 years of free speech isn't very long, huh? Okay.
Sure, one can disagree with how low-tech platforms have sought to constrain speech, but it's been clumsy, inconsistent, and often arbitrary. But to think the answer to bad moderation is no moderation, a digital Wild West where anything goes, is like saying that since FDA guidelines are cumbersome, we should junk them and let anyone who wants to make meds in their garage have a go at it. Then let the buyer beware.
I mean,
Fucking
if you're
illusions.
buying medicine from someone making it in their garage, you deserve everything you get.
God damn.
Yeah, he doesn't actually make the point he thinks he's making there. You know, leave liability on that. Let the buyer beware, and anybody who buys garage medications deserves what they get.
You can make a drinking game out of this fucker's article. Like every time he ends a paragraph with "It's been a clumsy, inconsistent off the arm." Anytime he ends a paragraph with that kind of stupid illusion shit, you just want to like, fine, take a couple of shots because you're going to be getting more and more and more. By the time you're done with this article, you're either going to be dead from alcohol poisoning, or you're going to be so fucking drunk you won't be able to read the word "the," much less anything else.
Hey, Moon, I think we should end this article.
Yes, let's end the article already. Oh, my word.
Fine, I am muting my mic, but I'm going to be screaming in it anyway.
Which, come to think of it, is also something libertarian asshats believe in.
Hey, Jack. It's a living thing!
Maximum unregulated expression actually stifles speech in the long run. If Twitter moves towards no meaningful moderation, save for perhaps banning kiddie porn, which even a douche like Elon Musk would agree is a necessary limitation of freedom,
A douchebag calling somebody else a douchebag?
America and the world will be the worse
is
for it.
definitely not against child pornography.
Hey, Will, are you ever going to end this article?
Probably not.
In an environment like that, where the most racist, sexist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, and just plain mean-spirited trolling would be allowed, the loudest and cruelest voices would always win.
Just a moment.
We're gonna
Glug, 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 glug.
Those willing to bully and allowed to do so in such an unregulated space would inevitably push out those who have better things to do than being abused for their views, or just because of their race, sex, gender identity, sexuality, religion, nationality, or whatever. The idea that
I would just like to say this. I think that everyone should bully Tim Wise on Twitter. It's clearly what he wants. He wants you to bully him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, I like to make people happy, so I'll do that after this stream.
The idea that unregulated speech will allow the truth to emerge as good speech pushes back on the bad is a libertarian fantasy.
Okay, so he obviously knows how to use the highlight feature in Word. Good on you, buddy.
Do you have evidence to back up this claim?
Of course not.
If that were true, 4chan and 8chan would have eventually become paragons of enlightened discourse rather than permanent playgrounds for antisocial bottom-feeding incels.
Oh my god. Glug, 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 glug.
That didn't happen.
Holy
And
shit.
it wouldn't happen on Twitter. Good speech can't compete in 280 characters with unconstrained cruelty.
Oh my god.
Good speech involves nuance and depth, which are hard enough to
I
come
see.
by.
So basically, this entire argument is a defense of the leftist meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wall of text.
Mm-hmm.
But they are especially unlikely to edge out unregulated shitposting, which goes straight for the amygdala, hijacking reasoned discourse in favor of nihilistic sadism.
Again, glug, 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 glug. Fucking A, this guy is, if nothing, he's consistent.
Ironically, the only way to...
Is anything this guy says not absolutely dog shit?
Mm,
And anything?
no.
I mean, Outback Steakhouse is good.
Yeah.
Jack, I can't rate most of his stuff as that good. Manure has beneficial is beneficial to plants as a fertilizer and everything. None of his content rises to that level.
I think this man would be beneficial to plants as a fertilizer.
No, I will give him credit for one thing.
This man, yes. His article, no.
No, I will give him credit for one thing. He remembered that Twitter doubled its character limit because a lot of people still refer to it as 140 characters, and it hasn't been that in a long time.
I love how Johnny says making use of the word of the day calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he bought the thing.
That is so true.
He goes through a word a day calendar in each article.
Every fucking paragraph, dude.
Ironically, the only way to make Twitter a place for true maximum expression is to ensure that the trolls who spew venomous hatred, dangerous pseudoscience, and conspiracy-addled nonsense are either banned or at least have their content flagged as bullshit.
Glug, 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 glug.
So basically, ban the truth. That will give you the most free expression.
Correct.
Essentially, yes. This is exactly what they want, too. God damn, how long is this fucking article? Jesus.
It's not that long. It's just when you stop every other sentence, you know.
This guy is
We've been going
asking
for an hour.
for it.
No,
No
we've been going for an
shit.
hour. We're still on the first article.
Oh my god, please tell me that we're not going to take an hour for every fucking article.
4 hour stream coming right.
Well,
Oh.
Moon, we're not going to take an hour for every article.
God damn.
As I've already pointed out, Mooney, we haven't gotten to the article that Frosted picked specifically to set me off.
If we are...
Well, I don't know what would set you off, though. That's the thing.
Oh, he's yeah. This one's pretty close.
With those folks removed or restrained, the extremes are modulated, and a broader range of reasonable voices can be heard. Without that moderation, Twitter mobs, on the right or left, will suck up all the oxygen in the room. It already happens too often. Without moderation, it would only get worse. The result? Unregulated digital speech would reduce the variety of viewpoints heard. The substantive...
I want free speech, but I must do it by regulating out as much speech as I can.
That's right. The substantive flowering of free expression would be diminished, not enhanced.
Substantive flowering.
That's probably how
Wow.
his
Is that right,
parents
Alex?
describe. That's probably how his parents described puberty when he was a kid.
So that one doesn't quite get a shot, but it's pretty fucking close.
The ego-driven ventilations and vanity projects of people like Elon Musk and Peter Thiel aren't all bad, though. At least they demonstrate, beyond any doubt, something some of us have known for a long time. That libertarianism is and has always been an ideology for the most aggressive, predatory, greedy, and all-around shittiest people in the world.
Okay, that one gets a shot too.
Wow. What?
Yeah,
God.
No.
Yeah, you know how all the, dystopian societies through history were all libertarian?
Oh yeah, every single one of them.
No, not even that. Just the describing libertarians as aggressive people. Half of them are doped up all the time.
Why do I get the
Jack
thought-
and Knight. Oh, go ahead, Mooney.
I was just gonna say, I envision this guy like looking at life in North Korea and just fucking just like completely rubbing off to it. Be like, oh, press me harder, daddy.
Well, I gotta say this is another person who, doesn't take much reading between the lines to believe that he thinks that Harrison Bergeron is a how-to manual of where we should be.
Stop. Yeah.
Those
This
who
man has an unbelievable disconnect with reality. Sorry, go on.
those who lack moral restraint, empathy, or basic people skills, like Elon Musk, love it because it lets them act however they want, whenever they want, like all children prefer. But the
What,
but
you
the
think
world
adults don't like to do what they want to do? Have you ever met an adult ever?
but the world requires the guidance of adults, not only in chronological but also in emotional terms. Elon Musk has demonstrated that however rich he is, and however bright he may be, in that latter regard he is at best an adolescent. His emotional regulatory system is missing some essential parts.
Shot, please.
I'm certain that Elon Musk is crying all the way to the bank.
Oh, I'm sure he is. He's like, oh, my life is over because this guy wrote badly about me.
And thank
He
you,
thinks
Keith, for
I'm
pointing
a
this
child
out.
with billions of dollars and created an electric car in an environment that I think is environmentally unstable.
Yeah, I'm the shittiest. I'm all around shittiest person in the world. Wah.
Donates millions to charity all the freaking time. Put up more money to taxes than you will ever see in your entire life. And you're probably one of the same people that says that he's robbing the government.
Sounds to me like this guy is just jealous of Mr. Musk. So yeah,
It's
it's
all
very,
jealousy.
very clear.
And if
He's
Keith-
rich,
as Keith
I'm not, and
pointed-
I hate him.
Yeah.
as Keith pointed out, Elon has Asperger's. This author is making fun of, he's ridiculing autistic people.
Well, let's look at the next sentence. And no, this is not an ableist critique. It has nothing to do with the
Wow.
fact that he has Asperger's, as he informed us on SNL. It's because he's an asshole.
Yeah, everything that you're saying and everything that you're using to justify that opinion is precisely because Elon's on the spectrum and you don't understand what that means, you moron.
Can I respectfully ask that we end this thing?
It's almost over.
Oh, thank God.
If certain people can stop interjecting, Moon.
Oh, fuck you! I haven't said a word. I've been quiet intentionally. I was like, this guy.
I'm going to be honest. I've lost the thread of this article. Can you start from the beginning, Frosted?
No,
That's a good point.
no,
That's a good
no.
point. Elon Musk, the
No.
world's richest man and poster child for narcissism.
You bastard! You bastard!
Hold on. Let me bring in my special guest, Sanguine, to help explain this.
And now, for the next half hour, we will discuss the spelling of whiskey and whether or not it includes an EY or just a Y.
Why do you hate me so much?
Both are correct. So both are correct, Jack. Both are correct.
Twitter already has enough assholes using the platform. The last thing we need is one owning the entire thing and remaking it to suit his personal vision.
Dude, Jack was an asshole. Go fuck yourself.
This is not to say I don't wish Elon Musk well.
Oh, you wish him well, do you?
Uh-huh.
I hope
It really comes true.
I hope, for instance, that his vision to colonize Mars bears fruit. I hope
Colonialism is evil.
I hope he can help bring forth the technology to make it happen. I hope the rockets work, and I
They
very
do
much
work.
hope that he's on the first one off the pad.
Oh, look at you. Dickhead. Are we done yet?
We could, we would have been Moon.
Don't you fucking start with me, buddy.
That was a fun 6-minute read article.
Oh yeah.
Give or take an hour.
Oh god.
More
My
than.
dogs just saw that picture right there and they both started barking at it.
I don't blame them.
Makes him
All
look
right.
like Vegeta.
Yeah, it really does. Like,
Well.
Kakarot!
With the end of the first article,
Ugh.
with the end of the first article comes the first game.
No,
And
no,
then,
no.
of
With
course-
the end of the third article comes the first game.
And that is Sad Libs.
So you
Where
don't have any
I-
plans for tomorrow, Mooney?
I don't fucking care, but spending one article on this shit face is.
Where
Don't
I
worry,
take
the next article will be a
Wasn't
different
wise
idiot.
decision, man.
Shut up.
where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out one word, and you guys fill in that one word Mad Lib style, and then the chat will vote on which one is best.
Say,
Alright.
time out. I will be back after my liver transplant from that drinking game.
Frosted.
Yeah.
Concentration camps.
All right.
Wait, is that where they teach us to concentrate? Maybe I need that.
Okay. And Moonshock, I need a transitive verb ending in ing.
Get back to me on that one, please.
Mhm.
I got to think of a good one for this fucker.
All right,
Just
Tara-
because of this guy, and you made me wait a fucking hour to get to my favorite game.
All right. Terry, I need an adjective.
It's a living thing.
I will stick with the theme of the previous article and go musky.
Yeah, all right.
Oh.
All right. And Will, I need a verb ending in ing.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with the opposite of the whole living thing. I'm going to go with dying, which is what I feel like I'm doing after that article.
Yeah, all right.
We're only
Alright.
through one. Oh God, it's an hour in and we're only through one.
I told you that
Just hit
before.
me.
You're in for the long haul, Jack.
4-hour stream. 4-hour stream.
Yeah, we're going full EFAP on this. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
All right. And so Moon.
Okay, I got mine. Fucking I want ass ramming.
All right. Oh, I remember what that one is. That's gonna be a good one.
Even Sun agrees.
All right. So, Jax is concentration camps are hotbeds of rape culture. So why do I keep going?
Wow.
It's where we learn to concentrate, of
That-
course.
It might not win, but congratulations to me for the most horrible thing I've heard on this game.
That's just where he likes to hang out. You know? All right. And Moon's is if America is sorry for slavery, then apologize by ass ramming us. Let's see. Terry's is, I researched the Jewish world. What I found was musky. And Will's, the untold secret about women orgasm while dying. All right. So give me a second. I'll make up a poll for the chat.
So it's definitely one of the first two.
Now, see, if mine was Will's, the untold secret about women orgasming while ass ramming, that one would have been hilarious.
A little too on point.
Yeah.
You see, mine, it's just, it's like they got autoerotic asphyxiation. You just went a few seconds too far.
I'm gonna be a good sport and vote for Moon.
Oh, I think Jack's probably going to take this one.
And I got to vote for Jack on this one. Moon's good. Jack's is brilliant.
Yeah.
Concentration camps.
It's such a horrible statement.
And Jack's
Just honestly.
Jack's up to 69% of the vote. Oh, it just went to
71.
71.
Oh God.
Terry and Will have 0%.
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
surprised.
Rightfully so. I mean, it is between Jack and Moon, and
Oh.
mostly Jack.
Oh, Will got one. Oh my
Somebody misclicked.
God.
I would say so. I think me and Will aren't in the running. Like even before people voted, it was clearly Jack and Moon.
No, definitely outclassed on this one.
No,
All right.
Will.
Well,
Jack took this one.
With 21 votes, Jack has 67% of the votes. So I think
So
Jack
basically-
wins.
Concentration camps win again.
Yeah.
And JFK, fixable breathe, resuscitate, breathe for them. Yeah, well, I mean, if you get the rhythm right, it helps with that too.
Sun notes that boobs wins, and I would agree. Boobs always win.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, except
This,
for
this
Moon.
is the one time it's not rigged.
Okay,
All right.
thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time.
Oh no, there's more.
We're out of time, folks.
We've run out of
But
time. guys.
wait, there's still more. Order
Wait,
now,
there's
and you
more.
get 3 additional articles.
Oh God, why?
All
You
right.
guys are gonna kill me tonight, man. I swear to God.
And now for our second article,
No!
the honest reason why I stopped dating white men.
Oh my God, I fucking hate you. I hate you so much. I really do.
Frosted, I'm gonna be the
Oh.
one who kills you. You know that, right? It's gonna be me.
Oh, it'll be
Not if you
me.
have a stroke first, Jack. Not if you have a stroke first.
Moonshock.
Yes,
Laura M. Quainu is the name. If you want to,
yeah, I'm looking
There's
at
that in
it
chat.
right now. Thank you. Oh, this is that one bitch that.
Wizard says a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour.
The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. I'm trying to find a good picture of her, but there's only like maybe one out there, and it's really small.
Interracial relationships have never bothered me.
bullshit.
Yeah, extra doubt. This is probably because growing up in California, I've been surrounded by them my entire life. Dating across racial lines has always been a thing here on the West Coast.
No, it hasn't.
My parents divorced when I was a toddler, and my mom dated quite a bit before remarrying in her mid-30s. During that time, she dated a few Chaucer men, as well. That would be her acronym, which is let's see, Childs of it's basically people descended from slaves.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like children of stolen Africans or whatever.
Wow, she has a Kindle. It's 99 cents on on Amazon.
And she's probably bought every copy that's been sold.
Children of stolen and sold Africans.
Yeah. As well as Iranian, Egyptian, Nigerian, Jewish, and white men. These were not
Oh,
serious.
honey, you are caramel. You are not black. So don't even give me this bullshit about a guided journal
Okay,
for
so
black
1,
women.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she's got at least 7 step siblings before her parents' divorce and her mom's remarriage. Got it.
Let's see.
Shit.
These were not
Or half
serious.
siblings.
These were not serious relationships, though a few she did remain friendly with even after a romantic interest was gone. I don't know of any negative dating experiences she may have had, and so I don't have any bad memories attached to any of it. My husband, who is black, and I met 31 years ago, and though we took things slowly at first, we pretty much hit it
31
off from
years is
day
slow.
one. What?
31 years is slow.
Should we give a flying fuck that her husband is black? Who cares?
She
God,
does.
Shut up. Obviously. I mean, my biggest virtue signal to my husband black. Woo! Does that make you a fucking hero? No. That just makes you a person. Who cares what color your fucking husband's skin is? Fuck off.
At the time of our meeting, however, I was already dating a couple of people, one of whom was a white-passing Jewish businessman.
A white? The fuck? A white passing? Are you pretending to be white? I mean, who cares?
No, what it means is that if you don't know the person, just looking at them, you'll think they're white. That's what it means.
Fuck's sake.
It's
But apparently Jews are not white.
Apparently
it's
not.
such an absurd thing. I mean, the more these people talk, the more they expose how honestly, genuinely racist they are.
No,
Because-
they're racist.
Yeah, because they literally judge you specifically by the color of your skin.
But in an
It's the
anti-racist
saddest
way,
thing.
so it's good. It's beneficial to society.
Noah Vault, dating multiple people at once does not make her a slut. Sleeping with multiple people at once would make her a slut.
Let's see. Before him, I'd also gone out with 3 other white guys. One was in the military, one was in the music business, and one was a second-generation film producer. They were of different ages and backgrounds. My point in sharing my dating past is to illustrate that going out with non-black men never felt wrong or weird, as it was as normal to my diverse world as were my non-black friends, classmates, and neighbors. I was honestly open to love in whatever package it presented itself, or at least I thought.
As long as it wasn't white.
If a man asked me out and I liked his initial vibe, although my first preference has always been black men, race wasn't an issue in me deciding to get to know someone better. With all of that out of the way, I'll just be honest and say that I could never find myself or even make myself be attracted to white men, though I sincerely tried. This isn't because the men
That's
I date.
fine.
This isn't because
Guess
the men
what? White men don't want to date you because you're a prick.
Yes, I'll go out on a limb for all white men out there and tell her that I appreciate her giving up on us. We're better off for it.
There's nothing racist about not being attracted to white people. I mean, everyone likes certain things. If she doesn't like white people, that's fine.
Well,
But the thing is that she doesn't not like white people because she's just not attracted to them. She doesn't like white people because she doesn't like any white people, at all.
Oh, don't
I'm not
worry.
saying that she's not racist. I'm just saying that particular thing of not being attracted to white people isn't itself racist.
Yeah.
We'll get to the reason.
The thing is, Terry, it's not that she's not attracted to white people and that's divorced from her being racist. She's racist, therefore she isn't attracted to white people.
No,
It's
I get that.
Flip side of the coin.
No, I'm just saying, I agree she's racist. She's insanely racist. But that one thing is not racist because,
Right,
you can like
not
whoever you
cause
like.
effect.
Yeah.
It's not the cause of her being racist. It's the effect of her being racist.
Yes, exactly.
This isn't because the men I dated were unattractive either. None of them were supermodels, but they weren't hard to look at. All were very kind and respectful, and none were difficult to get along with. We had a
Except maybe
good
the
time.
Oh, I'm looking at the bold at the bottom of the screen. So
We had a good time going out one-on-one or hanging out with friends. Still, I just could never feel any sort of attraction toward them. It wasn't them. It was me.
exactly, you're a
My-
racist.
You're giving me the "it's not you, it's me" routine. I invented "it's not you, it's me." If it's anyone, it's me.
Stop it.
Fine, then it's you.
You're damn right it is.
Oh, God. My non-attraction had less to do with the men themselves and everything to do with the history between us. Although I
There
was
is
a
no
lot
history between you before you meet each other.
Although I was a lot less knowledgeable about history and the ways of systemic racism in my 20s than I am now, I knew my ancestral mothers hadn't had a choice about being with white men. Yet I knew they'd probably been forced to have some involvement with them anyway. Prior to my birth, no one on either side of my family had married or willingly had children by a non-black person. Yet many of us have physical features we likely didn't inherit from Africa. Even then, I knew by my own physical features that I was most likely the descendant of a white rapist or two.
Wait. If you're guilty of your ancestors' sins, she just confessed to being a rapist.
Yeah.
True.
Call it ancestral memory or whatever you like, but I just couldn't ever be fully involved with a white man because of this. After realizing why I couldn't allow myself to feel anything beyond a surface interest in white men, I remember meeting another white guy one day while out running errands. He was actually more handsome than all of the others. He was a lot more confident in approaching me, and something about his swagger was even halfway sexy.
Johnny Hellcat says, so she's Sean King. Got it.
I'd met my husband by then, but we were still taking things quite slow and still even dating other people. But by this time, I'd explored my own feelings about dating white men and had concluded that, because of my ancestors' lack of choice, I had an intense hang-up that would never allow me to be serious with a white man. So I was careful not to give this new guy my telephone number when he asked, and I only took his so as not to offend. But I knew I'd never call him, and I didn't.
And I'm sure that he regrets that every day.
Oh yeah.
Keith makes a good point. Shauna Queen instead of Sean King. Shauna Queen.
Say, Jack, if he's ever read this article, he is so glad he dodged that bullet.
Yeah, I reckon.
Yeah.
You know, I have looked high and low, and I cannot find any more pictures of this woman at all. That's just amazing. That
Well,
her
it's
only
because
one
she doesn't-
picture.
She doesn't want racist white men like you seeing her.
I guess, but
Probably.
goddamn.
Back away from the rape, buddy. Back away from the rape.
Oh, dude.
Look into Black Google and see if that helps you.
Or Bluegill for short.
Blue gold.
Since then, I've learned even more about the heinous atrocities white men have visited upon the bodies of black women. From literally breeding black women to increase their inventory of enslaved people, to the father of gynecology, James Marion Sims, performing surgeries on black women without anesthesia. White men have a long history of specific evils against black women.
Yeah,
Knowing
nobody
this-
used anesthesia at those back in those days.
No, it's just because they were black.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Knowing this and suspecting their presence in my own history, I just couldn't dishonor myself or my ancestors by allowing one of them intimate access to my heart, mind, or body.
Oh.
Jesus Christ,
Exactly.
get over
Continuum.
yourself.
Nobody tell her about Arab slavery. Hell, nobody tell her about the transatlantic slave trade at all, because she's going to have some serious hang-ups with her husband, too.
Some will say I swallow. Oh, sorry. Some will say I'm shallow. Others will say I'm racist, but none can say
that one. I'm with team racist.
but none
Why
can
not
say
both?
but none can say the things white men have done to my ancestors aren't true. But you don't know, you're just guessing.
Yeah, X to doubt here.
You want
And
to know
none
what's
can,
really fascinating? Oh, go ahead, Frosted. I'll say it after you're done here.
and none can say I didn't at least try to give white men a fair shot before arriving at my conclusions.
The Jew
You know
doesn't
what?
sound good.
I'm going to say that she did not at least give white men a fair shot before arriving at her conclusions, because these conclusions absolutely influenced her dating life with those white men. The fact that
So
she had not actually formulated them out into a sentence by that time doesn't mean they weren't completely controlling her at that time.
and I'm on her website right now, which is lauramquainu.com, and she has all sorts of shit about say my inbox is always open, but nowhere is there an email link. Nowhere. I mean, every link. I mean, this website is all of one page, and and it just has her stupid books and her products, and it says my inbox is always open, so please don't hesitate to reach out to me for any reason under the sun. But there's no way to reach out to her.
Share that link, will you, Mooney?
Oh, you're not missing much. It's just a stupid. I can do that. I mean, her website's right here, but I wouldn't want to give it traffic. I'd rather let her do it Tiny Earl than this. I mean, her website is right there, but all it is her stupid fucking products, but there is no email address anywhere. Yet somehow.
Wow, my
contact
website
me.
got 2 hits yesterday. I'm really popular.
It's like in the mood for a quick read. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, in the mood for a quickie? I'm like, whoa, wait a second. But no, it's
you see, you should email her and say, yeah, I'm a white guy, and I think my ancestor might have raped your ancestor.
how are you supposed to email her to ask that when there's no email address? There's no link at all. It's just her stupid products. And even on Amazon, there's no way to reach her.
No, wait, what you do is you hit her up and say, we could make history together.
Oh my god.
You want to share an experience that your ancestors did?
We're gonna party like it's 1799.
I hadn't thought about these feelings in a while, but given recent national conversations and articles about black women dating and marrying white men, I've noticed people asking why more black women don't date white guys.
Oh.
That's a fair question with undoubtedly complex answers. I do think black women's attitudes about dating white men are changing, especially among younger generations, and more power to them. Clearly, I don't speak for all black women, but I do speak for myself. I've sincerely tried, and it's a hard no for me, even if I weren't already married to the best black man in the world. Call it whatever you like, but history and trauma are real, and the impact of both carries into the present day for some of us. My best to all of the black women who feel differently and who love white men. I know there are many happy couples out there, and many very nice white men. This wasn't written to take shots at either, but this is my completely honest journey on how I discovered white men just aren't my thing.
Okay,
she referenced being married to the best black man in the world. Does that mean that she knows for a fact he's never going to go out for cigarettes?
So who wrote this article again? Jada Pinkett Smith?
Or I didn't find necessarily a picture of her, but I found a video of her on YouTube. She's being interviewed by somebody else. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Don't watch the video, just pause it like at 1 second. I know we're gonna give her views. Who gives a fuck? I mean, it's got 11 views right now. Woo!
Oh, it's gonna be 20, maybe 40 views.
Well, it's only been up for 3 days. In 3 days, he got 11 fucking views. So wow. But anyway,
if everyone watching goes, we'll like quadruple the views on the
no shit.
video.
But she's the woman on the right.
Somebody's taking her seriously.
Yeah, there's a link in the chat now. She's the woman on the right with the Chasa sweater. Chasa stands for Children of Stolen and Sold Africans.
Yeah,
But-
I want it to be so that people from this link make up
Ooh.
87% of the views, so that her fans only make up 13% of the views.
And the best thing is, her comments are open.
Oh, there's 2 likes and 0 comments, but yeah, you can write whatever you like. Comments are open.
All right.
Might get banned from YouTube, but they're open.
I was like, Frosted Glass did a really good article on you. Go see it on his. Here's his channel. Go watch The Corner.
Well,
He
Now-
left a comment.
all right.
Disavow.
Well, now it's time for the second game, which is for the
Holy
chat
shit.
only, Jack.
Yeah, Will. I mean, Jack.
Jack's not here.
Um,
It's,
I
I am
would say-
boobs, thank you.
no, I want to say, Key says she left a comment. It's not showing up.
It says there's
So-
2 comments now, but I can't
Says
see.
Yeah,
what a
there's
load
two-
of
there's-
hooey.
They
So
probably
I'm
have to
guessing-
get approved.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're open, but they need approval. And whatever Key wrote, I'm guessing won't be approved.
Oh, Braniel says that they're up. I can't see them.
Oh, yep.
I had to reload the video, but
Oh,
it's
there's
showing.
one.
What a load
There
of
it
hooey.
is. Check advises that they watch The Corner.
Yeah, I'm sure my subscribers will shoot up overnight.
Subscribers.
Yeah.
It's up to 19 views
I should say, Johnny.
and still 2 likes.
Johnny
Holy
Hellcat
shit,
is
we got
double
31
banned from
people watching.
Yeah.
We're up this week.
No, but, Johnny Hellcat is double banned because not only is he specifically named in the bit at the bottom, his alter ego is on the stream and it's for the chat only.
Damn,
Yeah.
I was hoping hoping Terry was going to forget about that.
Frosted, please tell me the picture this week is the one I suggested.
Well, you'll have to wait and see, won't you?
They did
Yes.
this.
Right. And
No, hold on, just before you go on. This interview with her was over an hour long, and not a single person was in chat. Because it has the live chat replay, not a single fucking person said anything.
Nice.
well, her ancestors were watching.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, actually, I take that back. There was one person that said good conversation, and then that same person said Ubuntu.
All right. All right. And this week's picture is the existential terror of an old man encountering a man in a bunny suit.
Wow.
Yes.
That's the picture for this week, right there.
I vote this the picture of the year. Full stop.
Oh, here.
All right. Oh, and I forgot to introduce the game.
Basically.
or better, they.
So if you're in the chat, give us a good caption for the photo, and whichever one we think is best, I'll tweet out after the show.
Bring your A games, folks. This is the big one.
Okay, night.
All right.
Evolved potato caption. I think I went due.
Sun says goodnight, by the way.
Oh,
No,
that's,
it's on.
Night, son.
at least it's not the pink elephants this time. Is there a children's Easter egg hunt around here that I can crash? Is that you, Jesus?
Corn Pop, what the hell happened to you?
I like that one.
What the hell is that, mommy? Kill it with fire. Let's see. Oh God, the big
Oh
doggy
God,
is
the
after
big
me.
doggy is after me.
Harvey, what are you doing here? I haven't had a chance to sniff all the children yet. I need more time.
Oh,
I think I went doo-doo. Santa is real. realizing Harvey is real. Oh shit, the acid's kicking in. Harvey, what did you do to Corn Pop?
Wow.
Problem is, Ginger Snap, you've got to find that Elmer Fudd joke and tell us.
Oh no, I went boom boom in front of Jesus.
Boom, boom.
I need to get to sniffing before the rabbit beats me to it. What did they put in my applesauce?
I see a giant white rabbit and I smell toast. This can't be good.
Give another 10 seconds or so.
I like the simplicity of the big dog is after me.
All right. Well, I'll cut it off there. So which one do you think is best?
Gotta go with the Johnny and the big dog.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, I would go with that. Though for a close second, I would say, "Oh shit, the acid is kicking in."
Let's see. I think I would go with the acid one. Terry?
I think probably Giovanni Prince. Harvey, what did you do to Corn Pop?
I've never seen that movie.
I
No,
haven't
I
seen
do.
it.
I do know of it. What?
I haven't seen it. I know the premise of it.
Yeah.
I watched part of it, but not all of it.
I actually know about it because of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Because Judge Doom is like, "Have you seen a rabbit?" And he goes, "I've seen a rabbit." Well, say hello, Harvey. And I was very confused by that, so I looked it up.
I don't know. There was a late entry, but I think it's pretty good. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh.
I don't know. Has anyone not voted yet?
Mooney?
Sorry, I was having a conversation with somebody else. And it was an important conversation. What did they put in my
How dare you.
applesauce? I like Braniels. What did they put in my applesauce? I also like the boom boom in front of Jesus. I got to go with Braniels, though. What did they put in my applesauce?
I have a
Right.
feeling that a lot of this game is driven by like priming, because when somebody else comes back in after we've had all the discussion, he comes up with a different opinion. I think that's
Right.
funny.
So, what was it? The big doggy one that got 2 votes, I think?
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah. Jinx.
All right.
Eh.
All right. Well, then it looks like the winner this week is Johnny Hellcat.
Boo. I mean, yay!
So, I'll just copy that down so I can tweet it out after the show.
As many comments as it does likes.
What's Spudgun saying?
No, we're more comments than likes. If you include the, looks like one of them's gone.
Spudgun is saying it was his acid one got 2 votes, not the big dog one.
Well, I voted for the acid one, but I don't think anyone
No,
else
I
did.
said that the acid one was a close second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, you were close, Spud Gun, but you didn't quite make it. All right.
I'll get you next time, Hellcat.
All right. Well, congrats to Johnny Hellcat.
Wait a second. It says Johnny Hellcat prohibited. So his
late.
votes don't count.
It's fortified. All right.
The list at the bottom of the screen is gonna get really long.
All right. So now on to our third article, which I'm actually not going to say the title yet. I'm gonna.
Oh goody.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna let it sink in first. So let's see. Given
Wait,
the current,
I at least want to get the author on this one. Oh wait, that'll give it away, huh?
yeah. Given the current social political climate, Russia has become somewhat of a hot topic. Fittingly, I would like to direct attention to Moscow, though admittedly with no desire to speculate upon their advancement on the late USSR territory. In fact, my interest lies, interestingly enough, in their innovative developments in the practice of livestock. This will be triggering, perhaps even harrowing relative entirely to one's capacity to empathize. But I
Well, I'm
assure
white.
this...
I can't empathize with anything.
Yeah. But I assure
Yeah,
this
whatever your
discussion...
empathy score is, Terry, I can get under it. So I'm not fussed here.
But I assure this discussion will bear prolific, intellectually and socially relevant fruit, if not at the very least planting the seeds.
Well, first of all, you're not gonna score very many points with this fucking colored background, because my God. Ugh.
Moon
I love
doesn't
purple.
like the coloreds.
No. Yes, I love the color purple, but not as a background like this. This is insanely bad on the eyes. Continue.
Let's see. InterestingEngineering.com, a site priding itself on informing its community on the nuances of the cutting edge of engineering, science, and technology, respectively. The sentence just ends there. Okay.
She's about to dump all over my profession, isn't she?
And informed me it did with its article published the 29th of March 2021, written by a Miss Fabienne Lang, titled, "Cows are being fitted with VR goggles to increase milk production." Listed as the direct link.
I've actually heard of that.
I didn't read the article, but I do remember it was going around a while ago.
Yeah.
The subtitle continues.
For the record, I think that article was like they would put cows in like a pasture or something like that, and the open space would allow them to produce more milk or something like that.
Yeah. The subtitle continues. The subtitle. Huh?
Braniel is given the look like, oh God, what is this world coming to?
The subtitle continues. Some claim these VR headsets are expected to help the cows relax by offering them sun-filled summer views of green pastures.
Who the fuck would... Who puts VR goggles on a cow? They're not going to care.
Somebody who wants more milk.
It has a psychological effect, and apparently it does work, as weird as it is.
Then why don't you just put headphones on and say, I enjoy giving milk. I love to be whatever.
Maybe people have tried that.
Somebody clip Moon
it's
saying I
possible.
enjoy giving milk.
Shut up. Don't do it.
He needs some milk.
Jack, why don't you answer the question of who's Braniel? Because Spudgun wants to know.
Braniel is my close and personal associate, whose house I go to every week to film the corner from. Although I guess it's not film, it's radio.
You couldn't make this sound more like a gay relationship if you tried.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know.
I
You could
did
say Mooney was involved.
Sound gay? He's my friend. Okay, he's just my friend.
He's my close associate who I go over his house every week.
We
Jack
check
in the
each other's-
closet. Got it.
We check each other's spelling and grammar all the time. No.
Braniel is about to defend himself.
They only have a little bit of sex, okay? It's not okay.
Just a tad.
So long as the tips don't touch, it's not gay.
Oh.
No. But
With that,
seriously.
I gotta go throw up.
The typical staying quarters of cattle for large industry do not offer such picturesque conditions for its stock, though this can be inferred with relative ease from the above claim. In fact, it wouldn't be far-fetched to refer to this industry's practices as barbaric, however. This is quite the extensive topic, the likes of which I intend only to graze upon.
Get it?
You
Get
see
it?
what he
See
did
what
there?
you did there?
The applied concept here is to dissuade the herd from being aware of their inherently grim circumstance in favor of an idealized illusion. The science is sound. Happy cows do produce more high-quality milk, Lang concludes, a harken back to the watermelon campaign of the late American slave era.
What?
This
Yeah,
article's
you give
all
the slaves
over the
watermelon
place.
and they
Get
work
to
harder?
the point, bitch.
For the uninitiated, there was a brief period where slave owners began to question the morality of their actions. To remedy this disruption of the general conscience of the media launched mass printing of black slaves gorging on the cheaply produced watermelon. A throwing of the proverbial bone, if you will. The statement, in more or less words, was, "How can you say we treat these people poorly? Look how elated this little nigger child is with her watermelon."
Wow.
I have to chime in here that I have never in my life met a black person that did not like watermelon.
Well, and
But
this
to be
also-
fair, I've never met anybody that didn't like watermelon. So
I will say,
I thought you were
the
going to
least
say,
I
to
could
be
do is give
fair,
the face fried chicken.
I thought you were going to say, to be fair, I haven't met any black people.
In
no,
fairness,
that I've done that.
I think that like per capita, I think that black people prefer fried chicken to white people, but only because there are so many white people who claim that they're gluten intolerant.
So it's due to intolerance.
Yeah.
But I digress. Let us take a step back for a moment. The domestication of cattle occurred some 10,000 years ago with the capture of the auroch, a wild bovine, a creature some 1.5 to 2 times larger than the modern cow, and significantly less mild-mannered. The process is not well documented, but it stands to reason it reflects modern domestication processes. This begins, of course, with the seizing and breaking of the animal in mind, body, and spirit. Then the beast is gradually trained and conditioned to carry out certain tasks without resistance. Plow the land, stand quietly while your milk is extracted, etc., all while being beaten or whipped for any hoof placed out of line. Eventually, the generations born in this lifestyle become docile, accepting of their subjugation with no memory of an existence beyond it. Of course, this depressive state makes for less productive, underperforming livestock. Some innovative cattle handlers play classical music on their farms to cheer them up. Others experiment with massaging their animals. Oh, like Cenk.
I would just like to point out that Hey Camel says he does not like watermelon. It has less taste than actual water. So, for the record, that little nigger child does not love his watermelon.
Yeah.
No, he's a prairie nigger, I thought.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got 1 person out of 7 billion that doesn't like watermelon. Dude, you're beyond a statistical outlier.
And now the latest attempt to liven the captive, a virtual reality of the life from which their ancestors were snatched. Ingenious. Bear with me
What,
as
you think they're depressed based on some genetic memory or something? They're all like, oh, I have it so bad because my ancestor was captured and broken? They don't remember.
Bear with me as I tie this together in a cute little bow. It should come as no surprise that the black community in America carries the economy to this day, and even less so that we built the country with our labor. The success of which is intrinsically interwoven, and in direct correspondence with forced subjugation.
I always find it funny how they say that just because they were slaves, they did all the work. I'm sorry, but people worked. You may not have been compensated for being slaves, but that's it. Everybody else worked. They just got compensated for it.
No, everyone, including the people without slaves, didn't work. Tactically less understood is just how graphic and dehumanizing a process this was in its early stages, especially. The exact process used by the domesticators of the wild auroch were employed not on some wild black savage, not that it would excuse anything, but a civilized people of the highest rapport. Capture, break,
the
capture, break, condition.
anti-melanites are the anti-melanites are rising in chat.
Yeah.
We all know about the whip. Let's try a tougher one. Buck breaking. Buck breaking was a means of correction perpetrated by white men that ensured capital more efficiently than murder, though that was and still is quite often used.
Can I ask a question? The fuck does this have to do with Ukraine?
Who said anything about Ukraine?
The start of the article.
Let's see. The common practice was that of tying defiant black men to trees, lining up an audience of their family and peers, and brutally raping them. This was such a hit.
I mean, that
with
does
the...
sound like family fun, so I can see.
Yeah. This was such a hit with the white community that entire farms were dedicated solely to this practice. Anyway, through decades of generations born in this predicament, many have become docile, accepting. And though the workload has shifted from cotton picking to 9 to 5s, the reality of the circumstance remains consistent, and any hoof placed out of line is swiftly corrected.
Wait a second. Is this author about to try to convince us that black people are being held in slavery by the very concept of the war in Ukraine?
Why do you keep bringing up Ukraine?
It's how the article started.
Mainly utilized by slave owners in the Caribbean. Grew among slave owners in the Caribbean as a form of punishment.
Of course.
No, I don't see anything that says that it was common or even accepted in the U.S. Curious.
It's a technicality, yeah. Of course, now it's much better, you see. We have distractions. Quite literal alternate realities to briefly escape to. YouTube, Instagram, the metaverse. Pleasures to gorge on. Watermelon-flavored Fanta. Dopamine on demand. Anything to keep up milk production.
Okay.
The end.
But what did the Ukraine have to do with that?
That you're serious? That's where it ended?
What did anything have to do with anything? There was no point to that.
Written on the farm.
By the way, that Laura Quenu video is now up to 43 views.
Nice.
Still has only 2 comments and 2 likes.
Yes.
What was it at to begin with?
11, something like that.
Yeah, we've
It was
actually
11. It was 11.
we've quadrupled its view count.
When I first looked at it, I was the 11th viewer.
Yes.
Wow. I think we're officially allies, guys.
Do we get our own Negro in the Matrix as a reward?
What is happening? That article made no sense.
You know, now that you mention it, it kind of didn't. Anyway, now it's time for the final game of the night.
The best game.
And that is Poor No Gender Edition,
Oh dear.
Oh god.
where I'll give you 3 genders, 2 of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and
Of
one I
course.
made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up.
B, final answer.
And I'll even
No.
give you short descriptions of each one.
I say it's
To
A.
borrow a phrase from Frank Zappa, the torture never stops.
All right, so gender A.
Q Continuum, the author got lost in the Matrix and walked out insane. She was insane before she went in.
Gender A.
All right, so gender A.
It's a real one.
Corpse gender.
Never
Oh,
mind.
Xenogender relating to one's undeath.
What?
Oh, I can definitely see like a Tim Burton fan being that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pretend they're a vampire or something.
All right,
It's got like
gender,
a Nightmare Before Christmas kind of vibe to it.
gender B. Lonaromic.
What?
Aroma
Wait,
gender.
can you wait?
Aroma.
Aroma gender.
What was that called? Oh,
Lonaromic.
oh my god.
Aroma gender connected to the scent of laundry.
Oh no. Yeah, you're right. Will, it was B.
Aroma.
Final answer.
All right. And gender C. Mewtwo gender. Game
You've done this
gender.
one. Hmm.
Game gender related to the Pokemon Mewtwo.
Have you done this one before?
No.
I don't
don't know.
think so. No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that Frosted keeps a list of everyone that he's used before just to avoid.
No, because he reused one last week and or the week
Yeah.
before, and chat was all over it saying you've used, was it Smurf gender or whatever? You've used it before.
Kylie says corpse gender, so necrophiliac.
Well, I mean,
Well, according
B-
to the way
B
that
is
it
definitely-
reads, the person having sex with the corpse gender person is the necrophiliac.
but
I'm going to
B-
stick with
B-
B.
B is definitely
Yeah.
real because it's a fan of Jack Cochran's videos.
The thing is that A is definitely real because it's just a Tim Burton fan. C is probably real because that sounds like a furry thing, and B, I mean, it seems too clever. That's the thing. It seems too clever for someone to have actually just made. Well, I mean, obviously they're all made up, but you know what I mean.
I say all real. All real.
I'm
I'm-
thinking the same. I'm going to go all real.
I'm gonna say B.
All.
Yeah.
I think Frosted tries to avoid the all real because it would be too gimmicky.
Is Lonaromic before or after the laundry is washed?
For some people, it's the same thing.
Well, all real is winning, actually.
Yeah.
I say all real.
Well,
Each one of them has just enough stupidity to actually have someone have made it. What? Who isn't Frosted? That is.
And Check Your Logic is thinking he did Mewtwo gender before.
It just sounds so familiar.
Q Continuum said the same thing. So they're pretty convinced Mewtwo is a repeat.
I'm going to have to go through Frosted's old ones and make a list.
All real fucking mental.
So I think corpse gender and Mewtwo gender, I'm thinking, are almost certainly real. So it's either B or all real.
Yeah.
if
I'm saying it's B.
yeah, I was gonna say if B is the fake one, then you are damn good at coming up with shit, Frosted. But then again, we already knew that.
Yeah, he's an evil genius at this. We already knew.
Yes, but I say all real.
I'm sticking
He's
with
an-
all real.
He's an evil genius in general.
All right. Well, let's see. We got 17 votes, and all real is
33
in the
people.
lead, with B in second place.
Has everyone voted?
Well, 18 votes, 33 people watching.
Yeah.
No, I mean out of us.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
so.
All right. Well, I'll
Frosted,
end
Frosted, which one do you think is fake?
it. Hey, wait a minute. All right. Well, I'll end the poll there. And let's see. The answer is
All real.
C is fake.
Damn it!
What?
Well done,
You put
sir.
check your logic up to this. Yeah.
You bastard.
Well done.
I swear I've seen that one before, but I guess not. Never mind then.
We have had a Pokemon gender in the past.
Yeah.
Wait a
Alright.
second.
I could certainly see that one being real though, because the furries are all over Mewtwo because it's the most anthropomorphic one.
Yeah. But then again, how would you know what Mewtwo is, Frosted, unless you're into the Pokemon thing?
Everyone knows who Mewtwo is.
I
Even
know
people who have a passing knowledge of Pokemon know who Mewtwo is.
Is
I know
Mew
I know the
isn't Mew
names
like
of a
the most
couple of
powerful
them.
one? Is Mew supposed to be like the most powerful one, and Mewtwo wasn't it created by somebody?
I don't know,
I don't
Mewtwo,
know.
Mew
Like
Harder.
artificial? Mew Harder.
Mew Fast, Mew
I
Furious.
know the names of a couple of them, but I don't like Pokemon.
No,
don't
no,
like-
it's got to be Mewtwo Electric Boogaloo.
All right. Well, let's look at the flags of the real ones.
Oh God, the first one. Yep.
So here's corpse gender.
Oh dear.
And I will say this right now: if the one for the for B is not like a towel or something, I'll be very oh my
Again with the
God.
stripes.
It's
Get
always
a
stripes.
life.
The fact
And,
that it has a
always
crucifix
stripes.
on there, the fact that it has a crucifix on it, that's oh my God, that's Christian. We can't have that. That's Christian symbology.
And there's Lana Romick.
Better have a towel on it or like something.
I
A laundry bag.
actually kind of like that one.
One of these flags, someday one of these flags has got to have plaid. Come on. All these stripes. Give us some
Plaid
plaid.
gender.
Which ironically is a striped flag.
Flannel gender. Flannel gender. Yeah, it would just be someone who listens to Nirvana all day.
Well, flannel gender is just being a lesbian. All right. Well, now it's time for the final article, which again I will not tell you the title of.
We've been kind of slacking on making them all an hour long, so
Yeah,
we need to
Yeah.
make this one 2 hours.
we're only
Yeah.
2 hours in. What happened?
Yeah. Need an hour-long article. A
And this is-
3-hour tour.
And this
Yeah,
is
we need 2
another
hours because we've got to bring the average up.
and this is another one where I will not tell you the title.
Oh goody.
Oh shit.
Although this one somewhat makes more sense than the last one.
It makes
That doesn't
it makes
say
more
much.
sense in the general, but like this is the coroner, so
I suppose I should be a good writer and tell you a story about a dog. Humans love dogs, right? I could warm the reader's heart right up with those moments we realize how sensitive and individual a dog being is.
but
It is only good sense that so many non-human animals are just as sentient and worth protecting. Yes, I would love to
What?
be
She's authors against Chinese food. Got it.
Yes, I would love to be a good writer, instead of just an angry, incoherent feeler who struggles to speak. Because
But-
because beyond humans need my allyship, just as much as they need yours. We live on an earth that has always been unequal and cruel, despite the great experiences that too exist. It's not humans' fault things are hard for us all.
But,
But as the most privileged species to walk this earth, we are responsible for being allies to other sentient beings.
oh shit.
Not long
Was
ago,
this for the monkeys? You gotta save the monkeys?
they're called BIPOCs now, Jack. And quit being racist. Not long ago, prejudices we now condemn were harder to stand against. Humans in poverty were believed to be there for God-ordained reasons. It was manifest destiny for indigenous peoples to be terrorized and colonized. Women were
Um,
subservient. Queer humans were sinners. Trans ones were freaks, and
They still
neurodivergence
are.
was crazy.
sorry, I gotta get into the hate facts. I just cannot resist it. Some of those quote unquote indigenous people were very good at terrorizing as well.
No, it never happened.
Yeah.
And neurodivergent people do have mental problems.
That's kind of the
Oh, we
definition.
absolutely do.
Yeah.
Such untruths are still believed, but we are healing them into mindsets more welcoming to all. Ignorance targets non-humans just as badly. They too are so
Uh,
misunderstood and
yes, this author is targeting animals just as badly.
undervalued by those with the power to harm them. Again, this is not to blame Homo sapiens for our tragic oversights. The
But
language barrier between a human and a turkey is far bigger than that between two human cultures.
Um,
I don't know.
you're
Don't
talking to
big
turkey.
giant.
We're not talking turkey. You're talking to turkeys.
Yeah, but don't black people speak jive and then jive turkey? I mean, there's a link
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Birds' desperate attempts at protest are hardly heard by giants who kill with no accountability, even when they increasingly have choices.
they're
And
not protesting; they're just screaming. Although then again, it's not surprising you're not able to tell the difference between random noise and actual protest.
Well, considering the article's random noise.
And even though it's agreed they feel pain, nearly half of US adults even supported bans on factory farms and slaughterhouses in a 2017 survey. The way the way we view non-human beings still falls far short of who they really are. We basically see
What?
beyond humans as NPCs who do not matter. Sure, it's a virtue to be nice to a mouse when convenient, but either way, that mouse being can be legally tormented and killed with even a flimsy industry excuse. Sorry, we needed to
Yeah,
use you as an experiment. How would that feel if it
because
were
we value human life more than animal life. There, that's it.
Because
That's it.
we're bigots.
That's right. How would that
I'm with
feel if
Kyler.
it
Fear makes the meat taste better.
How would that feel if it were me? If humanity values my life by 100 points, the mouse would be cared about by half a point. To me, this violates reality. Because
That
every
just
s-
goes to show you've got no connection to reality, sweetie.
because every sentient being is a whole universe of their own. When you are the one, your pain or freedom makes all the difference in the world. To be
I'll
blunt
tell you,
here,
you're a universe of your own. It's disconnected from the reality of all the universe around you.
our view of animals fails so miserably. I have just about had it with the word.
So they're just souls whose intentions are good.
Uh, Rather than remind ourselves that we too are animals, perhaps it's time we declare that animals too are persons.
But they're not.
No, that they are. That they just said it. They just said so. They even protest, Terry.
You
How could I
and
miss
me,
Yeah.
that?
baby, nothing
How
but
did I miss that?
mammals.
This isn't about downgrading our human status. It's about upgrading the status of everyone else, so that we see them and treat them much better. Even if
I've
we are
heard this argument before. It usually comes from a socialist.
even if we are
From a
designed
vegan
to
socialist.
even if we are designed to favor our kin, we have so much room to grow in the direction of true inclusivity. Meanwhile, we must continue to level up the rights and dignity of every overlapping type of human. Violence,
It,
illness, and poverty need more attention than vanity. The more
it's all
empowered we
it's it I would just like to bring up a point. It's always funny to me how progressives are are so quick to be judgmental of people they disagree with, when the fact is that their principles applied to the logical extension would make them look like terrible people in the very near future. Uh,
Heroic Nico, I think
this is that exact extension of those principles, that if any leftist was to ever eat meat, they would be, by their own principle or the extension of their principles, horrible people.
say
Eh,
Heroic Nico, not a panda, not a lion. They should have a nice heart to heart with a hippo if they survive that, a Cape buffalo if they survive that, a go whole hog with a grizzly bear.
and if the animal hurts them at all, then we arrest that animal and give it a fair trial.
Definitely.
Oh, I don't think we should go that far. It's clearly a misunderstanding on the author's part. We should empathize with the animal, possibly by hurting the author as well.
Let's see. The more empowered we can be against atrocities, ensuring great human health instead, the more generously we can give our time and energy to help the other communities of conscious beings. Recognizing animals as persons is nothing new. It's even the title of a Gary Francione essay book.
So
And it
there's
was
always been crazy people in the world, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Hey,
And
hey, before you worry about other conscious beings, how about you just, like, worry about yourself? Because as far as I'm concerned, that definition does not apply to you.
I think BG in chat made a fairly good point where they're saying animals are people, but fetuses, like human fetuses, aren't.
Correct.
Yeah.
People aren't people, but animals are.
Exactly.
That's right. Let's see.
Yeah,
And
JB, the thing is there, if they're sick in the head, you have to be careful of like a mad cow.
True.
and it was Chili's on Wheels organizer Eloisa Trinidad who taught me Beyond Human Persons in an interview she did with Our Hen House. I cannot stop crediting her. Boy, did I get lucky with my brain, circumstances, and exposure to brilliant advocates. I'm not sure she's lucky with her brain.
Yeah, this is not the product of a lucky brain.
I take no credit for being a beyond human ally. Plus, so many humans feel like I do to a degree, even if they are not actively trying to practice a vegan lifestyle. Growing up, I felt like I was an alien for empathizing with pigs and even ants.
Not an
And think
alien, an autist. There's a difference.
Frosted, can I ask
There
a
is.
question? Is this article anything other than the standard veganist screed?
No.
Let's see. And thinking they ought to be just as well off and protected as I. I wish I could reassure my past self and present peers that such blasphemous outliers of human empathy will one day be common knowledge.
This author has definitely never seen, in reality or videos, of animals in the wild.
They're very
Because
kind and loving to each other.
Yeah, they
no
all get along,
animal,
don't they?
no animal on the planet behaves the way that this author thinks that natural harmony of all species should be.
It should be what? Do we lose them?
No, there's no animal that behaves in the realm of the natural harmony that this author thinks should be the case.
No, they're all nice to each other. I saw the
Yeah.
Lion King.
Well,
I
even
think
in
the
the
author
Lion
would
King,
be.
they were mean to the hyenas.
I think the author would be horrified to watch a single episode of Monster Bug Wars.
No. That must be CGI. Real animals don't do that.
Say that or
All animals are
anything by
friendly
National
to each other.
Geographic.
I have a feeling that this author's understanding of wildlife is equivalent to that of a spin and say.
Hmm.
So, what do I wish humans will do to expand our animal allyship? Well, besides learning to thrive plant based and demanding our institutions make this accessible, here is a prompt I will leave you with to keep this short. Think of the
Too
deepest
late.
bond. Think of the deepest bond you ever shared with someone who was not human. They could have been a horse being, a cat individual, or even an octopus teacher if you're Craig Foster. I don't know who Craig Foster is.
No, me neither.
Did you ever?
Octopus teacher?
Is that a teacher who's an octopus, or someone who teaches you how to be an octopus?
South
Did you-
African documentary filmmaker, naturalist, and founder of the Sea Change Project, known for the film My Octopus Teacher,
Ah,
for which he won an
Alright.
Academy Award in 2021.
All right. Did you ever imagine being them? Did you start to simulate their needs and emotions in your own mind, as if they were your own? Did you love them? What would it be like to feel that same concern, devotion, or affection for any and every sentient being, no matter their place in life, their abilities, their looks, or whether or not you even know them? What is stopping you?
Q Continuum says, calling it now the author is a socialist, vegan, furry. Braniel thought along similar lines. I think he suggested that the author is a hentai fan because of that octopus comment.
hmm.
Are you sure he doesn't prefer cat individuals or horse beings?
Well, we know Jenk likes the horse beings.
And the problem being is I wouldn't feed this person to my cats because I'd be afraid of things like mad cow disease. All that delightful
You
meat,
wouldn't.
and I have to...
You wouldn't feed it to your cat individuals, Will.
They are my furry little overlords, my feline owners.
So
What
when
is-
you
Go
say
beyond
mad cow-
individual.
When you say mad cow disease, you just mean PMS, right?
What is stopping you from opening your heart that wide? What is stopping us collectively? And what part can you play in helping our love grow bigger? I wish I could be a better writer. I wish I felt like I knew what to say that will help. But after writing another disjointed anti-speciesist article that a dozen humans will read, I do have some hope I can keep moving forward for the 99% of animals whose needs are left out of our discussions.
And that's why bestiality is apparently a good thing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're equal, then why can't you enter in a relationship with them?
Exactly.
I discovered that I feel powerful when I stand by the most radical language that my heart belongs to speak. We are all persons. We are all beings. We are all beautiful. And we all deserve to be free from suffering. I will never stop trying to live for that truth till the day that I die.
Oh.
Okay, so two things. One, definitely for making sure that animals' needs are met as a rule, because I believe that your animals should, the animals should be like healthy and well cared for up until the point that you execute them, having that little bit of fear to flavor, spice the meat. The other part being, and I totally lost it.
Well,
Oh
Moonshock?
yeah, free from suffering.
Yeah.
That little bit of fear is fine, but I do believe that putting animals down to render them for meat should be humanely done. No needless
Well,
suffering.
yes.
I don't think anyone wants the animals to suffer, and I
No,
think
of
that
course
I
not.
speak for just about every human being on the planet when I say, if you are mistreating animals and like not taking care of them at all and they're in pain like their whole life, you're probably the scummiest person on the planet. But if if the only negative attribute you are contributing to that animal's life is killing it a bit early on, I'm fine with that.
But no,
Hey,
Moonshock,
Kyler?
Moonshock should ask the dogs what their opinion on this article is, because I'd be interested to know.
Well, they did render an opinion on a previous article, or at least the author. Kyler, this author did not smoke themselves stupid. They were stupid long before smoking came into the equation.
Also, you forgot to call them dog individuals.
That's right.
Canine Americans.
I like that. I like that.
I want to see.
Well, I tried to ask the cats, but Boo was basically, if I can't eat it, I don't care. And Wazowski was like, I'd rather take a nap.
JP says, wrong. I want to stomp my chicken to death before I eat it.
Bone splinters
Take
everywhere.
that, nature.
Just, hit it in the head a few times. Don't stomp those bone splinters into everything.
Oh, let's see. One of the comments, they quote the article saying, "Rather than remind ourselves that we too are animals, perhaps it's time we declare that animals too are persons." And then the comment says, "I think my communications with non-human intelligences has been better than that with humans. I just wish the ones I have known had longer lifespans."
Yeah,
She's
no, the
basically a
reason
crazy cat lady.
the reason your communication with animals is better is because animals can't respond and tell you you're a nut job.
Oh, and the author Phoenix Huber is a trans girl, so that explains the autism.
The heroic night code sounds similar to the lady that married her cat named India to get around the no pets allowed portion of her landlord agreement in the UK. The problem being there, of course, that the cat was one, non-consenting, and two, desperately tried to escape the relationship.
Yeah. So animals should be treated the same as humans, and according to a Google search I just did, a child can be taken away if you don't give it clothing.
So animals should be treated the same as humans. Okay, then. So who wants to eat some human?
Well, that also raises the question: animals typically don't work. Do we have to start giving them social security?
Yeah.
Only if they're
Or
disabled.
better yet, do we have to start giving horses social security?
I mean, AOC's got
Leave
a job.
AOC out of this.
I think the IRS has to go after every animal who hasn't been paying its taxes.
I think so.
Dirty fucking pigs.
Them too.
All right. Well, that's all I had for tonight, gentlemen. So,
Thank you, God. I mean, sorry.
What was that first article again? I
No.
already forgot.
That's a good idea.
no,
Hold on.
No,
Let's
no.
see. Elon Musk, the world's richest man and poster child for narcissism, is looking to buy Twitter.
No.
Oh God,
no,
the talk
no.
about the Twitter thing.
No.
I hate how much the talk about the Twitter thing has been going on.
Bye.
So I'll take a moment to shill my co-host and guest. I Like Boobs has Quippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern on his Quippers United channel.
I would just like to say how much we're going to miss James Corden and the contribution he has given to comedy in general.
Yep.
James who?
I I do think he gave an Oscar-worthy performance in the Emoji Movie.
Which emoji was he?
I don't know the one. Yeah.
Oh, the thing?
That,
Okay.
that guy. Yeah.
Who
You know, the thing.
was it? Was it? I think it was Ricky Gervais who said it wouldn't be the first after he was in Cats. It would be the first time he played a fat pussy.
Let's see. Let's see. Moonshock has his Twitch channel where he plays games that aren't as good as Super Seducer. Linked
Of
in the
course
description. Let's see. Terry is on.
Wait, stop. There's one thing. My Streamlabs, because my dog is going to be getting surgery and it is going to cost quite a bit. But if you can find it in your hearts to donate, I would appreciate that. If not, that's okay too. It's up to you guys, of course.
Yeah, you see, I even warmed up the audience with the animals article.
Thank you.
Yes, Celeste definitely needs allyship as a beyond human person.
Yes, and if
That's
you ever
right.
do want to see what she looks like, I have a slideshow of pictures of her whenever I stream. So drop by
she's
sometimes if you want.
She's a Yorkie, isn't she?
No, she is a Boston Terrier.
Ah, shit, that's right. Fuck.
She is adorable, is what she is.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and
What?
Kiever Dam posted the Streamlabs link in the chat. So
thank you,
thanks,
Keith.
right.
Braniel's like, even I knew that. Fucking Christ.
All right, and let's see. Terry is on Six of Sober streams. He's on Creepers United. He's on Johnny Hellcat streams. He's on
Minions with Hammer.
Minions with One Ton Hammer, and
I think that's it.
all right. And anything you want to shill, Will it Forge?
I just got my regular streams, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be pulling another watching paint dry stream tomorrow at
5
should be 5 p.m. Eastern.
But before we go, I would just like to say Elon Musk, the world's richest man, and
You shut your whore mouth, buddy.
Right. Keep going. I'm interested.
Tell us more.
No.
post a
No.
He's looking to buy Twitter.
Really cool.
Fine, keep going. I'll be like,
Wouldn't be the first time you fallen asleep on the corner.
I only did it once.
Hey, if you fall asleep, it'll go a lot faster this time.
Right.
Now we will throw our heads back and laugh.
That's an underrated movie. All right. We'll be back next week, same time, Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
And about Elon Musk.
Bye to him as well.